Hello. Thought I would touch on a subject that I did before. It's called knowing your place with people. And it's sad to say that we could pretend that we know our place with certain people, and I feel like us as a whole, we confuse it with something else. I'm driving, so excuse me. But yeah, so you have people who we thought were like our equal, or was people that we figured we could call and talk to about anything. But in reality, we were wrong. And 3 things that I've noticed: we get emotionally fed up, financially fed up, and just fed up. All 3 of those are completely something different. I'm not going to say any names because it's not what this video is or whatnot. But 3 or 4 people who I thought were my equal turned out to be not my equal. They were more considered to me associates instead of family. They showed that they were associate material, not family material. That's a big difference. Family material is where you treat that person like family, like no matter what, like y'all kiki ha he laugh about whatever. Associate material is somebody who only is around for beneficial reasons. Like there's no other way. Like no, they're not gonna tell you to come to the birthday parties. No, they're not, and they're supposed to be family. But when you put them in that associate thing, it's gone. And I learned that today, because no matter what you do, how you feel, how anybody else looks at you, it's always something off their tongue is going to fuck you up mentally. Sorry for the language, but it will. I've dealt with heartache, heartbreak, downfalls, no intention to being used, and all those things. I've been left places that I did not know how I was going to get home. And my mother, being the woman that she was, she came and got me, and we never spoke on it again. But my trust issue with men didn't come from my father, like most women. My dad was there, but he wasn't there. It wasn't like I could call him and he'd come pick me up right then. No. It was more like, oh, well, I have a daughter, I can go pick her up. I have kids, I can go pick them up. He didn't have to do anything for me if he didn't want to. It was just something that he just knew that he had to do because he had kids. Whatever. It's raining real bad, y'all. Sorry. But at the end of the day, I kind of realized that my trust issues didn't come from my mother. It came from my family. So just imagine you being a kid and motherfuckers hate you because you. They just hate you because you. They don't even have a real reason. They don't even have a real reason to why they dislike you or why. Because they can't give you a definite information. They can't give you definite anything. Because themselves, they don't know. And it's life that we have to deal with. But then, you know what? As soon as you become selfish and you put greed in yourself, you're acting funny. And you're this and you're that, and you're that and you're this. And you're like, well, damn. If I do what you do, you know, I'm this and the third. And you be like, well, if you stop doing what you do, then I won't do what I do. Then everything will be fine from there. So we think that it'll be fine from there, but it really doesn't. It makes the situation not stupider, but it makes it more unfragrant than it would be. It's like buying a pack of flowers. You know they're supposed to smell good, but they only smell when you put them in the water. And you didn't know that and you throw it away. 2 reasons you throw them away. 1, you thought that it was already going to be, they was going to have a fragrance to it, and they didn't. 2, you didn't read the directions. Like, I really wish sometimes that people would come with a warning label. Or a direction label. You know, like, excuse me, like, caution. Don't get too close to this person because this person is going to do X, Y, Z to you, you know, or something in that nature. Or don't sleep with so-and-so because they're a murderer. You know, something like that. Where there's definite information or definite clause to something or someone, you know? It's sad because the ones they be like, oh, well, she got a good heart, you know, so let's use her. That's how I feel. You can have a good heart, but across your forehead says you can use me. And it's sad I had to say it like that or put it in that term, but that's exactly what it is. She's a good person across her forehead. Let's use her. Not thinking like, damn, does this person have feelings? Nobody cares. When they use you, they don't care if you have feelings. I've noticed that. We're supposed to be creatures of no demand. You know, like, we're supposed to have no feelings, no backbones, no kidneys, no livers, no heart, no eyes, no ears, no tongue, no mouth. We're just supposed to be this unorganized, unidentified creature that has no feeling. And I'm a person that speaks my mind. So if someone says something to me or do something to me and I speak my mind on it, you better hope I stop there. If I don't say anything to you, if I don't say anything to you, that means technically I'm gonna stop telling you stuff. We're not going to be friends after this. Like, that's when I put you in an associate bracket, because that's where you belong. That's where you're showing me that you belong, in the associate bracket. And the reason why I said an associate bracket, because not to be any type of racist, but this is what white companies do that are ran by white people. Depending your position, they treat you like an option. No, they treat you like a choice instead of an option. You're not something that they have to make sure that they got credit for. You don't. Who cares about you? Nobody. Nobody cares. Who are you at the end of the day? You're just another person on their payroll who they can use to get paid, to get business funds. So if I treat you like an associate, don't be mad, because that's what you wanted to be. You don't want to be family. Family's not gonna cross you and say smart shit to you and expect for you to be like, oh, well, Liz, everything is going to be okay. Everything's not going to be okay. It's not going to be okay. Until you start being greedy and you're being very delicate with your time. Very, very delicate with your time. People see when you got time, whenever you got time, that's when people really that's when they really want to use you when you got time. And it's sad, like I told this guy earlier today. You would think I would learn my lesson. And it seems like we never do, really. Like, we never really learn people. We aren't never going to learn people. Like, we're never going to learn what it's like for someone to be genuinely happy for us. We're never going to learn when someone actually cares for us. We're never going to learn anything because we're so used to asking for affirmation from people who give two shits about how we feel and how we live from day to day. Not one genuine person has texted me in the past 2 months. Hey, how are you doing? You alright? It's not even a fake. I don't need anything. Just a courtesy of you calling to see how I am, not to ask me for a favor. So, it's on to the next. Meaning, there's no more self-doubt. There's no more trying to figure out where you belong, where I belong, where we belong. There's no more of that. There's no more of that. There's no more of getting teared down from making decisions. I guess I could. I go this way. Sorry. Making decisions based on other people's emotions on how they feel about you, because it doesn't matter. I was reading about married people, and it was rather, I would say it was a double standard. In reality, it really wasn't, because the lady said she was married to her husband for 10 years. He cheated on her 5 of those years and had a 4-year-old. Okay. And that's a little off subject, but I just wanted to shed some light on this situation. So, she claimed that she didn't know that it was a kid in the affair. She didn't even know that he was cheating on her because he never showed any changes. For people that are married and who aren't married, or who are in like long distance relationship, or just long relationships in general, if it's over 5 years, if you're in a relationship with someone that's over 5 years, you know when your partner is different. You know that the stuff that they do for you, they don't do. The stuff that they wouldn't do for you, they do for other people. Like, if you ask your husband for some money, or you ask your boyfriend for some money, and he's like, nah, okay. He's like, no, because I have to do X, Y, Z, da 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 da. Yet you found out that he actually pays for sexual favors. It makes you think. And does this man or this woman cheat in their marriage or their longest relationship because of money, or is it because of something else that they're not getting at home that they can express with their equal, as supposedly? It makes you think a lot of questions, and it's crazy because at one point I did want to get married. I don't want to get married now. For the simple fact, the rate of divorce has actually went up to a good 45-50%. That's just divorces. It doesn't matter if they're black, white, Asian, yellow, green, black, or white. It doesn't matter. That's just what it's going to be. And society makes it hard for you to find your equal because everybody wants the Coke bottle shape. Everybody wants the girl with the cute face. Everybody wants the girl with the big booty, big breasts. She gotta have overly large lips. She gotta have brown hair or blonde hair down her butt. She gotta have red skin tone. Like, she has to be just enough to get you where you gotta be. And you're like, but I don't look like her. You feel me? Like, I don't. And I tell men all the time, even when we're in the stage of getting to know each other, I've had men ghost me in the friendship stage because I felt like my time was more decorative. Is that the word I'm looking for? Nope, sorry. Delicate. There you go. My time was more delicate. No, come on, because you finna do something. My time was more delicate than actually sitting around with some man who didn't even have his intentions in check. High standards, I should say. Not quite. But I mean, I'm authentic as can be. Like, I dye my hair every now and again. It'll stay for 3-4 months, and I just let it, get my Irish in, my red and black, and then I just go from there. Whatever I decide is whatever I decide. I don't really push any emphasis on, hair and all that type of jazz there. But, it is what it is, to each his own. But at the end of the day, I refuse to go get my body done, breast done, butt done, just to please other people. And the reason why I say that is this. I've had weight loss surgery. I've lost over 185 pounds. And I have no breasts. I have no butt. I'm just me. I'm not going to go get this stuff done because somebody would say I would look better this way, or I'll look better in that if I had this done, or I'll do this if that's done. And guess what? People still gonna treat you how you want to be treated, which is like shit. It doesn't matter. If you're gonna treat you, I've been treated like shit at 340 pounds and still was treated like shit at 180. So weight, it doesn't matter. What you look like does not matter, apparently. You can have all the beautiful, everything. But in real life, are you really going to get what you physically deserve? No, not at any cost. At any cost, you're not going to get what you deserve. We never do. Sorry if you can't see me. I'm trying to get out the street. At any given time, do you think that a man would say, she's a nice girl, maybe I should give her a chance? Hell no. They don't care. If you can't do for them, they ain't gonna do for you. Do I want checker fries? I have been feeding for those lately. Dr. Yakes. Okay. But yes, I don't know. Sometimes we just, I don't know. We just need to know our place with people. So back to the lady. You know, she was saying she didn't even know all these things, all this stuff was going on. Yada, 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 yada. When she divorced him, so I'm drinking this. This is the mango. It's pretty good. But I don't care what anybody say. It has to be ways to know if your partner is sleeping with other women. Whether they're talking to other women or they physically seeing them, it has to be ways. You're not going to sit here and tell me that there aren't. I knew my ex was dealing with other women when he started to say, oh, I take long drives. I take long drives, to clear my mind or whatnot. And I'm sitting there like, what? And clear your mind from what? You won't pay no bills? You ain't got no job? Clear your mind for what? From me? Oh, shit. From me. Because if so, one of us gonna have to leave and it ain't me. Simple as that. I didn't pressure it. I didn't say anything. Cool. Found out that he was talking to other women. I'm like, okay, sometimes, you don't always have to do stuff. Because karma comes back. And sometimes she comes back with a vengeance. But then, you have me. I'd be like, all right, whatever. She takes too long sometimes. Da, 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 da. Why are you all outside the car, bro? Anyway. But and she kept saying that she didn't know. She didn't really see any changes. Any difference. She didn't see any of those signs that men would normally do when they cheat. And I'm like, okay. Oh, that's nice. I'm like, okay, I get it. It makes enough sense to make no sense. And then the questions in my brain was like, so he never stayed out late? He never told you he was hanging with the boys? He never took, vacations and trips with the guys, the stuff that you would think. Things of that nature. So he never said any of that. So I wish I could have wrote her and asked, because she wrote the book. I don't even remember what book it was. That was the crazy part. I was so confused and wanted to know the answers. I didn't even care about the book. Like, I ain't even really, yeah. But, and a marriage is just like friendship. When you don't have any communication, it's gone. So in my eyes, I see. If I can't call you about my deepest fears or my deepest thoughts, you're not a friend or associate or anything. You're an enemy. And once you're an enemy, I treat you as such. Because if you're gonna go against me just to go against me by yourself, I imagine what you would do in a room full of people. And a wolf is stronger. A wolf is strong by itself. but it's stronger when it's with its pack. So if you are against me in private, I damn near would love how you would be in public. Like, how do you talk about me in public? How do you talk about me in private? I just want to, I just want to know. Because if you treat me like shit in public, if this is how you treat me in private, hey, there's no love there. There's not even no love lost. You're not even to be trusted. I mean, I only trust you with my goldfish. And them shits died 3 weeks after you get them. So, yeah. You're like a lost cause of friendship, you know? And you don't want to block out friendships, but it's kind of like, at some point you're going to have to. Because nobody sees how... Ouch. Ooh, I know I'm a Haitian. Nobody sees you but you. I feel like it's very tiring to make people see a good you when you're already a good person. You're a good person trying to make other people see how good you are. I'm not doing that. That's too much goddamn time consuming. That's too much time consuming. I'm sorry. You better walk me, better. There's too much time consuming. Like, just know your place with people. You know? Don't. If you give everybody the space and opportunity to disrespect you, just imagine what you give to the people who disrespect you anyway, and you didn't even give. The people that disrespect you anyway, hear me? The people that disrespected you anyway, and you didn't even give them time or space to disrespect you, they just did it. Would you consider them enemies? Just like the same person who you gave time and space to disrespect you, they did it when the window was open. These other people, they didn't even need a window. They just went on ahead and just disrespected you. Because they didn't care. Like, they didn't care. And we're sitting up here thinking about, you know, who we could help, if we could help, and nobody wants to help unless they're getting paid. Don't get me wrong, yeah, you would need some type of funds to come through to help you out, but at the end of the day, funds won't always come. They won't always come. So why don't you stay down to the come up? Just like half of these men and these women be down with these old no good ass women and men. You stay down with them until they come up and they bankrupt you. Bankrupt the hell out you. Take every piece of energy, positive vibe, everything that you possibly needed to make your life very convenient and comfortable. They took it from you without even the courtesy of saying thank you for giving it. You didn't even give it. They took it from you. And we're in a society now where it's considered cute for a woman or a man to use each other, or to use someone who they thought was the one that they needed to be with. And my only prayer to God for my husband is I just want him to be best friend material, and for him to be over 6 foot. I don't care. He could be the ugliest thing walking. You treat me like gold, I'm gonna marry you, and you can be just as ugly as you want to be. I'm not gonna put it like that. He could be a mechanic, for all I care. He could be 6'3", 6'2", 6'4", 6'6", 6'8". Tall and ugly. I want you. Come here, baby. Because those be the ones that seems like most women overlook the most, because they're not up to their standard, or they don't look how they expect them to look. You know, they don't look like the quality that they would like. You know, or they don't give them the American dream that they exceeded to have. And I've always told my grandma, you know, when that time comes, you know, God bless me with whoever my husband is, I would love for him to be someone I could just be like, babe, I came up with this idea, what do you think? And he's like, you know what, we got enough stuff started, but let's do this anyway. Or he say, oh, well, let's figure out how we can make this work into this. Or, babe, okay, you know, that idea can fall into this category, right? You know, I need a thinker. Like, I need a thinker. Somebody who think like I do. I'm a thinker. Sometimes when I think about stuff, it's not for the next dollar. It's to figure out how my son or stepchildren are gonna have something that they can use when they grow up. Oh, you know, our mom, she did this and the third. I want bragging rights for my children to be like, oh, my mom came up with XYZ and this and the third. Oh, and this is still going today, even though she's not here. But this is what she did. Da 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 da. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like, I would want my children to be proud of not just me, but themselves. Because if I'm paving the way for my children to eat, if I'm paving the way for them to live at the end of the day, even though this world might not change, they still would have some type of foundation for them to walk on, even if it ain't no shade. There's no shade. There's not even a tree in sight. For the simple fact, I was listening to everybody else to build the future that I wanted, to where I laid foundation for my children, but there was no shade. No tree, no plants, no nothing, no water fountain, no nothing. So that's why I said, know your place with people. Know your worth with people. Do you with people. You ain't, if your name's Sequoia, you ain't got to be Stephanie with Roderick then. You know what I'm saying? If your name's Sequoia,